And as a co-chair, I'm the timekeeper for this session. The time given for the presentation is 10 to 11 minutes, and 5 minutes are given for the Q&A session if there's any. Okay. I will remind and alert the presenter 2 minutes before the time is end. Okay, before we start our session for this evening, can all audience and also presenter open camera for photography sessions? Okay. Okay. So is everyone ready? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Okay, smile. Jangan nervous. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, now we are going to start our session for today with as because of Dr. Muhammad Shazali is not around, so we will proceed with Muhammad Afriyan, which is the effect of cassava leaves and gelatin proportion on the organoleptic properties of catfish rolls. Okay, you may proceed.
Sorry, I'm number one or number
You are
two?
number two because of the Dr. Muhammad Shazali is not around, so we are going to proceed with your presentation first.
Okay, I share screen ya.
Okay.
Terlihat ya? Nampak ya?
Ya boleh.
Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I want to introduce myself. My name Muhammad Afrian Anggadiotama. I'm from State University of Surabaya or Universitas Negeri Surabaya S Java, Indonesia. Now I'm going to tell the effect of cassava leaf and gelatin proportion on the organoleptic properties of the catfish rolls. In this research, I with my mentor, they are Itafaktur Romadoni, Lutfiah Nurlaila, Dwi Kristiastuti, Niken Purwidiani, and Asrul Bahar. Outline this presentation. I show my outline. First, background information, research method, result and discussion, and conclusion. First, background information. First, I have a cassava leaf. Cassava leaf are a type of vegetable dried from the cassava plant, which which one of the vegetables that are good source of the nutrition and are easily available. The potential for cassava leaf to be used as food is very large. cassava leaf contain vitamin C, vitamin A, beta carotene, potassium, calcium, but not all people like a cassava leaf because the texture this leaf is rough and well the processing cassava leaf is still very little and not verified because so far it is only boiled and this vegetable sometimes as animal feeds and after that gelatin is one of the ingredients that is often used of manufacture materials for the food, health, and beauty industries. Gelatin can be made from animal bones or skins. In general, gelatin used as an ingredient for a pudding or similar preparation. This research using gelatin as a binder of cassava leaf to become a seeds. Gelatin has a strong gel-forming character, but is usually broken. So it is hope that use gelatin in the future is expect to form the flexible sheets that's not hard to break easily when used.
Sorry to interrupt. Can
Yes.
you show your slideshow?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's alright.
I th- I think my slideshow is wait. I present again.
It's okay. You can just start at wherever that you stop.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, you can see my present.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Uh, and this is a catfish roll. Catfish roll made from fish that is a grown and form a cylinder and then final cooked by steam. And this is a catfish or Pangasius sp is one of the native fish from Indonesia river that's been successfully domestic because it is have a potential to utilize in increase the fulfillment of food and nutrition. Catfish in Indonesia, many species, but it have successfully cultivated are jambelfish and siamensis catfish. So, cassava leaf and catfish are usually found to around us, where we find much in supermarket or traditional market. In this research, the development of the catfish roll, which normally use egg hills, what was developed using gelatin, cassava leaf, and later used as content for catfish. At this present knowledge of the use of cassava leaf remains lacking because of the limited process of processing cassava leaf. The innovation of the local food product from Indonesia is a new strategy for food diversification. After that research methods, I have a five step. Step one, problem people. I'm research in many people and I have a creative idea. Step two, create catfish roll variants was conducted at the State University of Surabaya in the research method that through experiments. Step 3, organoleptic test. This product have a test with a 90 respondent. Step 4, analyze the organoleptic reference findings. Step 5, analyze the nutritional value of the best outcomes. After that, result and discussion. This is a diagram of the make a cassava leaf seed. First, cassava leaf seed I wash. After that, grind by blender and boiling with addition gelatin and bake at 90 minutes at 200 Celsius. And this is a cassava leaf seed. You can see this is a cassava leaf seed. I make seeds. This is a diagram of make a catfish roll with a cassava leaf seeds. First, ingredient selection. After that, grind by a food processor catfish, nutmeg powder, garlic, ginger, egg, coriander powder, pepper powder, peanut powder, and seasoning with salt and pepper. And make a rolls with a cassava leaf seeds and steam for 30 minutes. And this is a cassava leaf seed with catfish rolls. And it is a static, the best formula on the results. Research, first research, to second research, third research, and fourth research trial. Make a catfish roll as ingredients to test on 90 respondents. Got research from S61. This from 90 respondents, like sample S6 because it is reddish brown in color, has a distinctive aroma of catfish, has a savory taste from catfish and cassava leaf, has a fairly and soft and cute chewy texture, and has a perfect round shapes. This is a nutrition uh, base formula have a calcium 314 486 milligrams, potassium have a 786 milligrams, vitamin A 24040 and fiber 71 grams. And this is a conclusion. The best formula based on the research, first research, second research, third research, and fourth research trial making catfish roll using ingredients to the best tested on 90 respondents, got the result from S6 trial with a recipe details catfish 100 1000 grams, cassava leaf 1000 grams, and gelatin 220 grams. From 90 respondents, like sample S61 because it is reddish brown in color, has a distinctive aroma of catfish, has a savory taste from catfish and cassava leaf, has a fairly soft and with chewy texture, has a perfect round shapes. Enclosement. Thank you to Department Family and Consumer Science, stakeholder, expert, trainer, and panelists, labor staff, food technology.
Sorry to interrupt. You have 1 minute left to conclude your finding or service. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Thank you. And thank you. Any question?
Thank you, Muhammad Afrian, for the presentation. Is there any question to us?
Yes, I can stop my present or
Yes,
no?
sure.
Okay.
Okay, if there's no question to ask, shall we proceed with Lily Nuraino for personal attitude and consumption intention of semi-ethnic food. Okay, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, I will start with presenting my slides first. Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon. My name is Lily Nurainul Ashikin binti Ishaq, and today I will be presenting on behalf of my team member on personal attitude and consumption intention of semi-ethnic food. Okay. This is my presentation outline. I will start with the introduction and go through the methodology, data analysis and finding, and lastly discussion and conclusion. So for the introduction, according to IJCHT-21, the personal attitude towards consuming ethnic food is the behavior of a person overall evaluation of the said food. A positive attitude towards ethnic food is a good starting point for stimulation of ethnic food consumption. Personal attitude serves as a critical determinant of behavioral intention. Furthermore, there are increasing intention of the tourists towards consuming ethnic food. Due to this tourist positive attitude, it serves as significant point for us to stimulate the ethnic food consumption. As for the problem statement, according to Rodin Yusof Mukhtar Awang Bakar Hariri in 2019, Aboriginal food in Malaysia had been seen as one of the Aboriginal culture which could be highlighted as a destination attraction in line with sustainable tourism development. This is also aligned with the strategic plan for 2016 to 2020 of the Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli Jaguar Malaysia, which intends to emphasize the preservation and accentuating Aboriginal arts, heritage, culture. Okay, however, minimal measures taken to highlight the uniqueness of Aboriginal people, especially their food. The previous research related to Aboriginal ethnic mostly on emphasize on facilities, infrastructures, accessibility, lack of access to modern societies, often living in poverty. This is studies by Masrur Masami and Ismail in 2013, McAfee and et al. In 2019. Other previous research are also related to health and diseases, which is from Sharifi Rat et al. In 2017 and also Dalgano in 2018. And as for Omar and Yahya in 2018, their focus is on the craft, such as natural rattan and medicinal herbs for the traditional medicine. Therefore, only a few studies actually has been focusing on the Aboriginal food, such as the study by Ting et al. In 2017, which focusing on Dayak ethnic food. It is safe to say that it is hard to find research emphasize Aboriginal food in Peninsular Malaysia, even though that in Peninsular Malaysia we have almost 18 tribes of the Aborigine. Okay, as for this study, actually we are focusing on the semi-ethnic group or tribe, which is basically they also known as Mai Semai or Orang Dalam. They are the largest ethnic tribe under Senoi group, which with more than 50,000 tribe members. Basically, their tribe are scattered mostly in Perak and Pahang, Malaysia. And this study will only focus on Semai group located in Pahang, which is in Pahang National Park, because it is a known location for tourists to seek information or to experience the culture of this Aboriginal food. Or ethnic, I mean. Okay. So for the purpose of this study is conducted to investigate the consumption intention of Aboriginal food, in particular semi-ethnic. So this is our research objective. So the research objective is to examine the significant relationship of significant attitude on the consumption intention towards semi-ethnic food. The research question will be, is there any significant relationship between personal attitude and consumption intention of semi-tribes food among tourists? And the hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between personal attitude and consumption intention. As for the methodology, the instrument using is a questionnaire. So basically, it is a questionnaire of self-reported and close-ended question were distributed to the respondent. So all the questionnaire was self-administered. So the questionnaire are divided into two main sections, which are the demographic profiles question and also construct specific question. So these constructs specific question are focusing of consisting of 3 items of personal attitude and 5 items of consumption intention. We were using a Likert scale for our questionnaire. So for this study, basically descriptive statistic and inferential statistic has been used. The tabulation of percentage, frequency distribution, and measure of central tendency are incorporated to analyze the data obtained, and also the data from the respondent also provide a way to formulate recommendation and conclusion from the study. As for data analysis, we were using SPSS and also partial least square structural equation modeling, PLS SEM. So basically, the most of the descriptive statistic is done in SPSS, while the hypothesis testing is done in PLS SEM. Okay. As for the sampling technique, we were using non-probability sampling technique. We're using convenience sampling and snowball sampling. So basically, convenience sampling refer to participants who are casually loitering around and available to answer the questionnaire at the time. While for snowball sampling is some participants coincidentally refer and involve other people like friends and family to also step in to answer the questionnaire. As for the sample size, our population is derived from the statistic of tourist arrival report in 2018, which is 83,350 arrival of visitor. According to basically using this population, we calculated the sample size using Rosov, whereby we basically the population size is the number is entered into Rosov software, and recommended size for the sample size is 383 respondent. But in this research, the sample size is rounded to 400 respondents in order to produce as little error as possible. This is our data analysis and finding. This is the demographic data. So for demographic data, most of our respondents were female, which is 208 individuals in number and 52% in rate. The remainder of the respondents are male with 182 individuals in number, which compensate for 48% of males. For age-wise, basically the highest respondents, the highest frequency is 128 respondents, which is from 21 to 25 years old, and the second highest is from 36 years old and above. For the marital status, most of the respondents are single, which is 205 of the respondents are single, while 185 respondents, or 48.8% of the respondents are married. As for the income, the highest will be from 2,000 to 3,000 per month. We move on to the data analysis and finding, descriptive statistic. Here are the descriptive statistic of the construct. So descriptive statistical analysis is the preliminary data analysis technique conducted to express the descriptive statistic of the data collected. So every single item in the questionnaire is measured using 5-point Likert scale, as I mentioned before, in which the biggest point will be 5, represent strongly agree, and the lowest it will be 1, which represents strongly disagree. Basically, as can be seen from the table, the mean for attitude reached a point of 4.0 to 4.2, which fall into agree point, and this translate that the respondent are leaning towards agreeing that attitude, personal attitude may influence the intention to consume a virgin food. As for the hypothesis,
Sorry to interrupt. You have 1 minute left to conclude your last sentence. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is hypothesis testing. For hypothesis testing, it is said that the relationship between personal attitude and consumption intention is significant, with t value 4.9 and p value 0.0, and the hypothesis is actually supported. As for discussion and conclusion, basically the conclusion is the study examined the significant relationship between personal attitude and consumption intention of virgin food among tourists. Thus, is basically the result revealed that personal attitude does have significant relationship to the semi-ethnic Aborigine food consumption and intention among tourists. As for the further study or suggestion for the further study, basically due to the limitation of this study, we cannot generalize the study finding across different state tribe and different tribes. So for further study, maybe can explore, compare and replicate in this study with perspective of other Aboriginal tribes or other location. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentations. Is there any question to ask?
Can I say something?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Catherine. Wait, I on my camera first. Can you see me?
Not really.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
I am.
now.
It's still bright. Yeah, Lily, you are talking about ethnic food, right? And you also mentioned about Dayak food.
Yes.
Actually, I'm Daya. I'm Iban from Sarawak.
Hi.
Hi. I honestly, since this pandemic attacked us last year, so I started to venture in Sarawak Sarawak cuisine, Sarawak ethnic food, especially on the Iban or anything on the Sarawak how to call it, indigenous people. Yeah. So I started with laksa Sarawak because everybody go for laksa Sarawak, but I go for 100% halal. Yeah. Because I attend my halal cruises, and actually Sarawak laksa is halal. Yeah. Then I started with ayam panso that is cooked inside the bamboo, and then other things. Yeah. Umai is a raw fish. So when you are talking about it, and very hard for you to find about the Sarawak cuisine, you are welcome to contact me. Then we can discuss about it.
Sure. I would love to. Thank you so much for the input.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. That's all
Okay,
for me.
Miss. Thank you so much. Okay, Lily, we have one more question in chat box. Okay, I will read it for you. Okay, from Dr. Muhammad Hairi Jalis. What is the concept of semi-ethnic food? I wonder if you come across on how does this ethnic group promote and educate tourists, either domestic or international, about their ethnic food. I believe it is understanding the cuisine concept is crucial rather than just one-off experience. There is a high possibility that the tourist will only test 1 to 2 dishes rather than entirely understand the concept. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Hairi, for the question. So the question is, what is the concept of semi-ethnic food, is it? So the concept of semi-ethnic food is more towards the natural ingredients. They are using everything that they can find nearby their live area. So basically, I understand because it's hard for us actually to use this kind of food as to make it as a very try to modernize them, because the concept of the food itself, the nature of the food itself. However, what are we trying to do is actually to see this kind of taste, this kind of food where can tourists actually like, or have some intention to consume it. That is the research is about. We try to, this is like the fundamental research to look actually, can we use the Aborigine food as part of the tourism attraction, especially in semi-ethnic food in Peninsula Malaysia.
Okay. Is there any more, Dr. Hari? You can open your mic to us.
Yeah, sorry, I'll turn on my camera. Thank you very much, Dr. Lily Noraino, for your explanation and elaboration on this my concept. Yeah, I can understand that. Just a comment, maybe just a suggestion, that something that you can put forward and look into and discuss with your team members on this. Because what I'm trying to ask you is actually on the concept. So usually, if we say Chinese food, Chinese is an ethnic. So what is the concept of Chinese food? If it is Indian food or Indian cuisine, what is the character, the concept of Indian cuisine, hot and spicy, and so on? Curry is a little bit pungent, and etc. They use a lot of fish, like very cooked fish, overcooked fish, and so on and so forth. That was my question. I want to ask you about that. When you said so much of using natural or environment, whatever available around surrounding them, so I can say that is a very too broad. Like that is a very general definition of cuisine, concept of cuisine. Because when you say like that, I can also say Chinese and Indian and any other ethnic group. They will also use natural resources to produce or to create and craft their food and serve on the table. So if you get what I'm trying to tell you, so it is important for everyone, especially, I'm sorry, because this is my field of study. I'm really into ethnic, I mean, local cuisine and ethnic cuisine. This is my food. I always do a lot of research on this. So I think it's important. You need to go back to read and understand what is the concept of cuisine and how place cuisine differentiate itself from ethnic cuisine and regional cuisine, destination cuisine, iconic food. These are the terms that we frequently utilize to differentiate from one to another. So there must be a significant difference between each and every character. So I believe it is clearly stated, and your study position itself within this ethnic cuisine. So you need to go back and discuss and try to find. I would suggest you to go and read Hickman 2011, and also there's another book, Civitello 2011 book on cuisine, ethnic. She differentiate between ethnic cuisine, place cuisine, and the concept of cuisine itself. Because another thing I realized, if a person like myself, I never experienced, never know about an ethnic food like Semai. I know Semai is exist, but then I don't know, because I need a knowledge to before I participate and contribute my understanding to the research. If I don't have, if I have very limited knowledge, so it will give a strong impact to the findings of the study. So I understand that you have mentioned a limitation, but then whatever you presented and you found, say it's really great, really good. Congratulations to you. I think that's all from me. I just want to put some suggestion for improvement in the future. All right, all the best, Lily.
Thank you, Dr. Harry. I will take your suggestion into consideration. Thank you a lot for the recommendation and suggestion.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So now we are going to proceed with next presenter, okay, which is me. Let me share my screen first. Can everyone see the slide? Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to all doctors, presenter as well as audience. My name is Nur Farah Wahida binti Muhammad Khamis. I am from UiTM Pulau Pinang. Today I will presenting my study with the title of Examining the Relationship Between Attributes of Quick Service Restaurant, Satisfaction and Revisit Intention among the Higher Learning Institution student in Terengganu. Before I go any further with my presentation, here is the contents of the presentation that I will be covered for today, which are background of the study, an overview of quick service restaurant in Terengganu, research framework and hypotheses, methodology, finding and discussion, as well as conclusion. So let us not be too serious with today's presentation. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy my presentations. Without further ado, okay, let us take a look the background of the study. Demand on food service industry sector, including quick service restaurant, has shown a rapid growth around the world. Despite the growth in demand on their food products and services, QSR is facing great competition in terms of attracting and retaining their customer due to the fast changes in the global market. In the case of QSR in Malaysia, the demand in buying and enjoying food and drink from QSR were discovered back in 1963 with the opening of A&W restaurant in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. It was found that majority of young Malaysian citizens prefer to buy and eat food and drink from QSR, particularly from the established and international chain brand such as McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, and so forth. To them, as discussed by previous study in 2017, many well-established restaurants with famous international brand indicate trust and quality of product and services. However, it was also reported that young age consumers in Malaysia, especially students, have limited spending power and tight financial sources, which often discussed as the core factor in their decision making. Regardless, it is crucial to have a deeper understanding and examine on both financial and non-financial perspective, which influence their decisions and satisfaction in choosing and dining at any quick service restaurant. Therefore, this study aims to examine the relationship between factors that influence attributes of quick service restaurant, satisfaction and revisit intention among students of higher learning institutions in Malaysia, particularly in Terengganu. So why in Terengganu? Okay. Let me just briefly explain where is Terengganu situated in Malaysia, especially for those not from Malaysia. Okay, by looking at the Malaysian map here, Terengganu, or popularly known as the Land of Turtle, is situated at the east coast region of West Malaysia. As by looking at the picture here, a very beautiful scenic coastline overlooking South China Sea are very famous among tourists as because of their traditional food, heritage, as well as its beautiful islands. The increasing number of fast food industry in Malaysia is one of the evidence that Malaysia is becoming the new future investment destination for foreign franchising businesses. On the west coast of Peninsula, the development of the fast food industry has mushroomed in great numbers, for example, in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, and so forth. However, this is contrast to the state in the east coast where the number are very small, and Terengganu is one of them, as according to the previous research in 2008. By looking at the table here, the number of each franchise outlet is still very disappointing. Previous study had mentioned that advertising and taste of food are the main factor that influence customer visiting and dining at the QSR outlets in Terengganu. According to Abdul Qadir and Harun 2008, location is the main barrier among customers to patronize in quick service restaurant. For example, there are few QSR outlets in Kuala Terengganu to meet the demand for the whole population. Based on the research, it was found that it was only available in the city center. It was also suggested by the researcher that QSR should be open more in the residential area. Now proceed with research framework. Okay. Previous study has conducted by several scholars have determined the factor affecting customer satisfaction. Nevertheless, there is no argument towards what and which factor are contribute the most for the influence customer satisfactions. This might be due to the fact that each research was carried out with involvement of different sample at a different location and scope. For this study, 5 factors which are food quality, service quality, ambience quality, brand image, as well as the convenience have been identified as the core factor that affect student satisfaction and their revisit intention to quick service restaurant. There are many studies conducted to investigate this factor affecting customer satisfaction toward QSR worldwide, including Malaysia. However, there is a little research which deal with brand image of a restaurant as well as effect on the restaurant selections, satisfaction, and behavioral intentions. Image is a set of association formed and attached to the mind of customer. Image is also important for any organization, including quick service business, as it can be a powerful tool in making a competitive advantage that is nearly not easily to duplicate by any other restaurant. So as for the hypothesis, as you can see here from hypothesis 1A until E is the quick service restaurant attributes has the significant influence on student of higher learning institution, satisfaction and their visit intention to a quick service restaurant in Terengganu, whereby the hypothesis 2 is the student of higher learning institution satisfaction has significant relation with the revisit intention. The research for this study is descriptive analysis. The sample size for this study is 300, was based on the study that has been done in 2013 regarding the factor influencing dining experience and revisit intention among undergraduate students towards fast food restaurant. The population for this study is students of higher learning in Terengganu. Okay, as for the data collections, survey question were carried out, okay, to gain to collect the informations. The questionnaire was designed and formulated through the adaptation of previous study. 300 questionnaires were given out to the student of higher learning in Terengganu. Only 240 questionnaires were used to analyze. Data were then analyzed using descriptive analysis to analyze student demographic profile, and Pearson correlation was employed to measure the relationship between measured variables. Okay. As for the finding and discussion, as you can see here in descriptive analysis, as displayed in table, okay, majority of the respondent is female with the 57% of the total. Okay, furthermore, 50% of them were ranged between 22 to 25 years old. This is because the major of the respondents are bachelor degree, where the total is 70%. Most of the respondents would spend approximately 11 to 15 ringgits when visiting quick service restaurant, and also found that 55% of the respondents would visit and dine in at the QSR 1 to 2 times per week. Okay, here as for the finding from the Pearson correlation, verified that all 5 factors positively associate with the higher learning institution students' satisfaction and their return intention. It has found that the higher satisfaction score, the higher possibility of return intention is, according to the Slack et al. 2020, customer satisfaction often become parameter in ensuring repeat intention behavior and loyalty to any restaurant, including QSR. As discussed earlier, brand image seems to be an essential tool in influencing customers to decide which QSR for their meal. The finding of the study further support the notions of the previous study that the brand image has the highest score, which is R value at 0.833 as compared to the other factors. To conclude, the finding of this study confirmed that there is a positive relationship between higher learning institution students' satisfaction and their return intention. In conclusion, brand image is the most crucial factor that influence the higher learning students' dining experience whenever they decide to buy or enjoy their meal in QSR. Moreover, the QSR need to have a clear brand image, making their business easily recognized and remembered by customer. Okay. Okay. That is all for me. Is there any question to ask? Okay.
Dr. Farah Waida.
Miss Farah.
Oh, Miss Farah. Okay.
Uh,
Hafiza from UMK as I need to ask questions, I think. Okay. Miss Farah. Okay.
Saya.
Why Terengganu? Why for maybe you mentioned this in your presentations, but I kind of missed that. Why Terengganu? I mean, it's not. Is there any quick service restaurant particularly in whole Terengganu or in the one specific area only? So why Terengganu? Because of what?
Okay, thank you so much for the questions. Okay, Dr. Nur Hafiza from UMK. Okay, so why is it in Terengganu? Okay, because of Terengganu here has a very high potential in tourism because there is plenty of beautiful island. Okay, whereas as what we can see here, since it's a potential in becoming a tourism attractions. Okay, it is hoped that many of the future of the foreign businesses come in Terengganu. Okay, because you can see here, let me share my slide for the. Okay. Okay. As you can see here in the table, only few quick service restaurants were built in Terengganu. So we hope that there is a few more multinational franchise, such as we have Texas Chicken, and as well as Pizza Hut, Burger King, to be open more so that more tourism can be more tourists can come and to despite can I rephrase back? Okay, so with why is it Terengganu? Because Terengganu is one of the tourism attractions for the tourists. So we hope that with the opening of franchising from the outside, it will help in growth of the economy in Terengganu. Okay, is it clear to you?
Thank you, Miss Farah. It's a very interesting topic, and I see a lot of this kind of topic in the field actually. Okay. So
Do you have any suggestion in improvement where this topic can go further?
yeah. I want to ask some in terms of data analysis. Are you using only person correlation? Did you not consider any other regression analysis or something like that?
Oh, actually, I'm also using multi-regression
Multiple
analysis. Yes,
regression.
to see which are the variable is the most influence for these variables. But I only share for the Pearson correlation in these presentations.
Okay, I see. For my suggestions in terms of methodology, um, I think you need to have more robust analysis. For example, like yes, you using a multiple linear regression is I think is the most of a good example of analysis that you should use. And there are there are a few other regressions that is very interesting to use, but in order but it depends on your objective. If it's meet your objective, so it's fine to use. But if not meet your objective, I think it's not proper way to use that, right? So in terms of the topic, yeah, I agree with your framework. It's a good framework. You have a very strong framework. Yes. And then is there any theoretical theoretical frame, no, what I should do you have any background theory that you use to create is it qual? It's a qual.
No, it's because a cervical is a service quality, but here is adaptation from the previous researcher, which with the factor affecting customer satisfaction, but I only add a brand image to the framework.
Okay. See. All right. It's your result will be more interesting if you can compare like between female and male, which is
Oh.
more which factor is more influence to them, right? So or it quite be interesting. I don't know how, but it will very interesting to the marketers to introduce more quick service restaurants there.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for your suggestion. I will take a look into that perspective.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you, Doctor. Okay, so now shall we proceed with the last presenter for this afternoon with Wan Ili Najwa.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Farwaida. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to doctors, to co-chairpersons, Ms. Farwaida, all presenters, ladies and gentlemen. So first, I would like to share my slide. So, can everyone see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can you make it a slideshow? Thank you.
All right. Okay, is this in a slideshow?
Not yet.
Is this? Can you see my slide?
Not yet. Maybe it will take time.
Is this okay? Or not yet?
Still not yet.
Okay, I already put in a slideshow. Is this still not? Ms. Farwaida, is this?
Still not yet. Or maybe you can try to start and we see how.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, I'm gonna try it again. Is this okay?
Not yet. It's okay now. You may
Okay.
proceed.
All right. Thank you. All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to co-chairperson Ms. Farawahida, all presenters, ladies and gentlemen. So today I am Wan Ili Najwa binti Wan Mustafa from Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism Management, UiTM Pulau Pinang from Malaysia. So I'm on the behalf of my team members. I would like to present on the study topic of the impact of 0% alcoholic beverages towards Malaysian halal market, a systematic literature approach. A systematic literature review approach.
Okay, I found this on.
So the first is the introduction. Okay, so actually food and beverage products are often involved with fast-paced innovation. So the innovation has often become a game changer for food manufacturers. So recent developments in alcohol-free beverages have heightened the need for rigorous research on the impacts on the Malaysian halal market. Okay, so actually the alcoholic beverages is available at Malaysian market nowadays. So what can we know about alcohol-free beer, or we call that low alcohol beer, is actually a beer with little or no alcohol content, and it actually aims to reproduce the taste of beer while eliminating the inebriating effects of standards alcoholic brews. Okay, so actually alcohol-free beverages can potentially cause a lot of confusion among Muslim consumers due to various issues, particularly on the halal status of this product. Okay, this because of apart from this, in recent years, okay, the beverage products originated from the Middle East have entered the Malaysian market, and these products are marketed as halal beer. So despite these products also fail in their attempt to get certification from Halal Malaysia due to the usage of the word beer, however, the products are still widely available in the Malaysian market and actually consumed by many, including Muslim. So this is the next slide for the research gap. So this issue actually has grown importance, okay, considering confusion due to the terms of alcohol, okay, in Bahasa Malaysia as translated as any flammable liquids and beverages products that contain intoxication liquor. So this view also supported by Hashim 2010, who writes that misunderstanding occurs is due to the incorrect translation of the term hamar to alcohol in English. So hence this confusion of terms has raises the issue. Thus 0% of alcoholic beverages are free from alcohol and consumable for Muslim consumers. Okay, so this study aims to investigate the impact of zero alcohol beverages on the Malaysian halal market. Okay, this is the literature review. So the misunderstanding occurs due to the incorrect translation of the term in Arabic, hamar to alcohol in English, by Hashim 2010. And also any drinks that disturb the mind ability to think and judge is typically considered hamar by Amar 2016. In the dictionary by Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka, arak or hamar is defined as beverages containing alcohol or liquor by Anissa Abdul Ghani 2013. So although alcohol is often termed as hamar by some Muslim, but the fact is that the production of alcohol and hamar are different in terms of their purpose and give different laws between the two. So by Baharum et al. 2020. So the misinterpretation of hamar as alcohol has caused the Muslim Society to Consider All Alcohol as Haram by Ahmad and Wab 2014. So next we proceed to the methodology. So in this paper, employ a systematic literature review approach and perform according to the guidelines of preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis called PRISMA. So a systematic literature review, SLR, identifies, selects, and critically appraise research in order to answer a clearly formulated questions by Dewey and Drahota 2016. So this method is actually useful for in publication standards that are required to assist the authors with the related and necessary information that will enable the researcher to evaluate and examine the quality and precision of a review. So PRISMA actually enhance and analyzing the comprehensive database of scientific literature at a specific period, okay, which allows a precise search of terms to be conducted relating to the implication of 0% alcoholic beverages towards the Malaysian halal market by Muhammad Sharif et al. 2019. So this is the PRISMA flowchart. Usually we go through with the identification, the screening process, eligibility, and what will included into the research. Okay. Right. So for the part of finding and discussion, the finding from the research will highlight the implication of 0% alcoholic beverages to the Malaysian halal market. One of the obvious findings are related to the confusion among Muslim consumers due to the confusing of the terminology and the existence of similar product in the market label as halal beer. So such confusion actually lead to more problems in future, which for in the future for the halal market, as certain products category are not supposed to be normalized and associated with halal, because such association can influence consumer tolerance towards non-halal products. So apart from that, the study also highlighted the importance of new product category emergence in the market, as the certain product can potentially challenge consumer understanding in differentiating on what is halal or vice versa. So next we will proceed to the theoretical implications. Okay, so this paper actually contributes to the body of knowledge in halal related study, including consumer behavior. Apart from that, this study also highlight the impact of ambiguous products such as 0% alcohol beverages on the halal market in Malaysia. For the practical implications, so findings from this study will be used in highlighting the confusing definitions of alcohol, which possible amendment can be executed for future references. On the other hand, the result of the study may be applied by the authorities in improvise on the implications of zero alcoholic beverages to a Malaysian halal market from manipulation of informations by marketers. And on the social implications, this study will enhance knowledge and awareness for Muslim consumers on 0% alcohol beverage products. In addition, the outcome of this study will educate consumers in decision making towards ambiguous products in the market. So hence, this study contributes for Malaysian market to increase the precautions towards monitoring on emerging of the uncertain products by ensuring that halal and non-halal products are always being separated in the supermarket. And next we go for research limitations. So due to this, the most important limitations lies in fact that this study used particularly systematic literature review finding. So thus a future survey will be used in gaining extensive result. So hence, this study is limited by the lack of information on implications towards halal marketing from a product review perspective instead of consumer perception, with potentially enhance the result of this study. So for the conclusion, consequently, it will be an opportunity for researchers to execute on analyzing the topic study of alcohol and hamar in the context of the impact of 0% alcoholic beverages towards Malaysian halal market to strengthen the results on these fields. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Wan Ili Najwa. Is there any question to ask?
May I stop presenting?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, the question is open to the floor to ask Ms. Wan Ili Najwa for the presentations. Okay, if there's no question to ask, I just want to reconfirm back with Dr. Muhammad Shazali. Is Dr. Muhammad Shazali around? Okay, if not, okay. Oh, okay. If not, thank you so much for to all the presenter for today's session. On behalf of the IJCHT committee, me myself, Nur Farawahida with Muhammad Kamis, I would like to thank all the professor, associate professor, doctor, and all attendees who had spent your time joining for today's session. I hope that we all gain a benefit from these presentations. And as a co-chair for today's session, I would like to close for today's session. So thank you so much for all the attendance. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Boleh exit meeting. Thank you.